Hello and welcome everyone. In this video lecture, we will learn how to use the baseline and calendar option using the Project Libre tool. What is Project Libre? Project Libre is an open source project management solution that provides alternatives for Microsoft Project Desktop. Project Libre is available for download for free by teachers and students. The software allows to create Gantt charts, which are diagrams of the project flow that allow you to visualize a timeline with the duration of each task, the organization of the task, and the important project milestones. In addition to creating the project schedule or Gantt chart, this software helps to estimate the cost associated with the project once the hourly rates of resources required have entered to execute each task, like material, equipment, labor, etc. This type of tool is useful for all sorts of projects, including software design, event planning, development and implementation of a new service, and the construction of a building. Features of Project Libre are: the Project Libre has following key features like Gantt charts, network diagrams, WBS or RBS charts, which are called work breakdown structure, earned value costing, resource histograms, set a baseline for the project, data calendar, multi-project resource pools, and histograms. Additionally, this platform provides common processes for creating project plans, including an intended task list or work bound structure, WBS. Users can create links or set durations and assign resources using the Project Libre. The Project Libre is accessible on Linux, Mac OS, or Windows platforms and is compatible with Microsoft Project files. The platform is open source and supported is extended via email and documentation. First, what is project baseline? A project baseline is the initial project plan which will be used as a reference in the future. It is used mostly to measure the real performance of the project against the initial schedule. Basically, the project baseline is used to measure how the performance of the project deviate from the actual plan as the project, and the performance measurement is only meaningful if we had an accurate baseline for the project. The typical project baseline has three elements like schedule, cost, and scope. All three are monitored and controlled to ensure that everything is on track. If one component runs into complications, it can affect the project outcome if you don't rectify the situation in times. A project baseline is defined as the on-signal scope, and a project baseline is defined as the original scope, cost, and schedule. The project baseline must be completely defined and documented before the project execution and control activities can be designed. These are the steps which can be learned through the baseline in the Project Libre tool. First step is when you have finished planning your project and before it begins, it is a good time to save this snapshot as a baseline. Load your project and click on the file at the menu on the top and then on Save Baseline button. In a project, there may be many baselines, up to 10 baseline. A baseline can be set at the most important project-based milestones or whenever there is a big change. Also, a project baseline can be set only for selected tasks of the project. And after selection, the option there will present a shadow below each project task at the Gantt diagram. And this shadow is called the baseline. So now we will implement this step one by one on the Project Libre tool. So let's start. So this is my Project Libre software, and here I have already taken a sample project of railway reservation system. You can see here I have already added some activities and their duration, and these are the Gantt chart. You can see this is the Gantt chart for the project. I have already set the predecessor, finish line, everything. These are the activities for the project. So now I have to load this. I have to save the baseline for this. I go to this file menu, and after clicking this file menu, I get there are two options: save baseline or clear baseline. So when I click on save baseline, a window pop up which names save baseline, and this is for the, there are two options, like you can save baseline for the entire project or for the selected task. If I choose this button for the entire project baseline, click OK. So you can see here that all the tasks, there are the shadows under the different tasks like this. These shadows are basically called the baseline for the project. So here I have set the baseline for my complete project. You can check here. If you want to remove the baseline, so I have to just click this button, that is clear baseline. Again, for the entire project or selected task, I have already selected for the entire project baseline. So I am removing this for entire project. So you can check that all the shadows are not present there. So baseline is deleted from this Gantt chart. Now, if you want to save the baseline for any selected task, so just you have to select the task. Like here I am selecting this task. And now again, you have to click the save baseline. And this time I will save the baseline for my selected task. And I just clicked here for selected task, press OK. And you can check that for the selected task, only for this paragraph, this parameter, there is a shadow. So this is for the reservation detail task. So again, you want to, if clear this baseline, you have to again press the clear baseline. Again, for entire project or selected task, this time I have selected only select task. So I will click this. Okay. So you can check that the baseline is not present here now. So this is how we done the baseline for the entire project or selected particular a part of the project, and we can save the baseline or clear the baseline. Suppose if we want to change in any task, so what difference will make that in the baseline? Suppose I have again selected this task reservation detail, and again I am doing save baseline for the selected task. Okay. So here my baseline is present. Now I am making any changes, like I am making changes in activity 10. If I want to after saving and clearing the baseline for the complete and entire project, suppose if I am going to change any particular activity, then what will happen to baseline? Suppose I am choosing this activity. So first I have to set a baseline for this activity. So I will click this say baseline for the selected task. Okay. So you can check that here is the shadow, and this shadow is basically is our baseline for this activity. You can please see carefully that there is no other shadow in any other task. So if I want to make any changes in this activity, I just clicked on this activity and I am changing the finishing date. Suppose I change the finish date. So now the activity is changed, but its baseline is as it is same position. However, its duration is extended, but the baseline is same. So if we change a task after saving a baseline, there will be the same shadow. If we change a task, the shadow remains the same until we click on the save baseline. So this is how whole about the baseline option. Again, if you want to check that if you want to save baseline for entire project, so you can check here is a shadow for all the tasks. Again, if you want to clear the baseline for the entire project or selected task, I'm selecting for the entire project. So baseline is cleared, and like this, I can select the baseline for the any particular specific task. So now this is baseline according to our changes which I made in our activity 3. So this is now our baseline is also changed. So this baseline option is completed. I hope now you can understand this baseline option, how it works in Project Libre tool. The next option which we are going to learn in the Project Libre tool is the calendar option. It is another tool in Project Libre. In Project Libre, there are so many options with this calendar. Using the option, we can define our own working and non-working days and different calendars for the different resources. There are different options like standard calendar with different options, excluding days at calendar, including days at calendar, defining your own calendar, and defining a calendar for the each resource. So let's see how can we use the calendar tools properly one by one. So let's start the practical. So for learning the calendar option, again, I have opened the Project Libre tool with the same project, railway reservation system. So first, where we can find the calendar. So just I click on the file option, and here you can find the calendar option. You can find the calendar option as it is when you click on the task. Here it is calendar option, and when you click on resources, you can get calendar option. So first, when I click on the calendar option, a window is pop up with name change working calendar, and here you can see there are different so many options like for different options like standard 24 hours and night shift option. There is a calendar for every month, and there are 3 more options like use default, non-working time, non-default working time. There are another options like open options, and so we will see how we'll use these options one by one. So if we click on standard, so we can get that there is a month with the gray lines on Saturday and Sunday. So for a standard calendar, there are the days for the working and non-working days, which means we can call available and non-available days, which has gray background. So when I click 24 hours, you can check that there is no available and non-available working days. Likewise, night shift, you can see that there is only one working day. Sorry, there is only one non-working day, which is for Sunday, and Saturday is also counted for the working day. So first, I am clicking the standard time, standard calendar. So using standard calendar, the non-available days are already set, which are weekend, Saturday and Sunday. If you want to select any another day, like here, this is the default working day and this is the default working time. Here you can give your working time from this time to this time. And if I am selecting this 8th of July as non-working day, it changes to 8. And if I am clicking on the non-default working time, then the gray is disappeared and it's already a red color. So what is the meaning of this? So if I'm using only use default, then it's a normal working day. If I am clicking on non-working time, that means it is working day, but now it is a holiday. It is non-available for working. If I am clicking on non-default working time, it means it has working time, but with the special condition. If I click on 24 hours timing, then there are 3 options: use default, non-working time, and non-default working time. What is the meaning of use default? Use default means use the calendar default option for this day. What is the meaning of non-working time? Non-working time means ignore the calendar's default option for this day and make this a non-working day. Means this day is not available for the working. When I select this option, non-default working time, that means ignore the calendar's default option for this working day, and we can also set the duration of working hours for your time to time. Now we will move further with the option for the exclude days at the calendar. So again for this I am clicking on the calendar option. Then we can exclude days from the calendar, like if there is a national holiday or other scenario. Then to exclude the day, just click on a day, like I have clicked this, and select the non-working time. So now after selecting the non-working time, it is turned into red. And after selecting this non-working time, you will see that the day is now red with a gray background. So this red color means that there is a special rule for this day, and the gray background means that this day is not a working day anymore. Before we clicking non-working time, it was a working day, but now we want to exclude this day from the working days. So I just click on the non-working time and it is excluded from the working days. So this is how can we exclude a working day from the available standard calendar. Like excluding the days from the working calendar, we can also include days at our calendar. So for this, just click on any weekday or non-default working day. Suppose I want to include this weekend as my working day, so I just click this and now click on the non-default working time. So you can check here that the gray background is disappeared and this non-working day is now a working day. Also selecting this option, we can set specific work hours for this day. Let's see the next option with the calendar. So in calendar option, the next is how can we create our own calendar. So for this, I'm just clicking on the calendar. This window is pop up and here you can see here is a button with a name new. Now click on this new button and a window will pop up with new base calendar name. There are 2 options: create a new base calendar or make a copy of the calendar. To make our own calendar, I just click on the create a new base calendar and just give it a name. I'm writing as my calendar. Press OK. Then you can check that there is now my calendar is available for setting the rules for all the working hours, for all working and non-working days. This option may be useful if we have specific work hours for different teams or resources. Our new calendar can be completely new or based on an existing calendar. So now I will check how this calendar, my own calendar, can be used with all the options. After creating our own calendar option, we can set our new calendar or define the task set with our new calendar. So suppose I am choosing this activity and here I want to associate my own calendar besides the standard calendar. So just I have to click on this activity. Now click on advanced button and you will find a option with name of task calendar. So just click on the task calendar and here you will get all the types of the calendar like standard, 24 hours, night shift or my own calendar with name of my cal. So I am just clicking on my calendar and after choosing the my calendar option, I am also ignoring the resource calendar. So just you can click on the ignore source calendar and just close. So now you can check here that there is one message that this calendar, this activity is associated with my calendar. So how you can use your own calendar with each activity. Now we will learn that besides the defining a calendar for a task, how can we also define a calendar for each and specific resource. So for this purpose, just click on the resource button. So after clicking on resource button, you will get here on the left side another resource button and just click on this resources and here you will find all the resources type, whether it is human or material type, which you have already allotted to the project. These are the resources which I have already allotted to my project like admin, internet, hardware, software, tester, developer and passenger. So for all these resources, I can assign the calendar of any type like it is standard or it is my own calendar. So for changing, make a change and using the calendar option, I have to just click on the resource type and a window will pop up with the name of resource information. And in this window, you will see that there is another option of choosing the base calendar. Using this base calendar, so you have to just click on the base calendar. Here already the option is coming of standard. So there are already other options are available like standard, 24 hours calendar, night shift and my cal, which is calendar I have created. So whatever calendar you want to choose, it is here. Suppose I am choosing my own calendar. So after choosing the calendar, if you want to make any changes, then you have to just click on the right side of this base calendar. Here is a button and you have to just click it. So after clicking it, another window is pop up. So according to this, now here you can see that the for option is changed now and here the internet, which is the resources I have selected, is now showing. So for this resource, you can change whatever you want according to your working and non-working days using by default value, non-working day, and non-default working time. So this value is based on the My Calendar, which is showing on this window. So you can change any option, like you can use this default working day or non-working day. If it is a non-working day, then it is gray background with red color. And if you want to make a non-default working day, so you just have to click this option and you can change this the working day besides it's a holiday. And you can also select the working time. So for this option, you can choose this option for each and every resources. Suppose for developer I am clicking, and for this I have choose the night shift. So after choosing the night shift, I'm just clicking on this right option. And for the night shift, based on the night shift, so you can change the working time. Here you can see that for the night shift, there are the Saturdays are also available for the working day. Suppose I'm choosing this and I want to 21st of July is a non-working day. So for developer, now 21st is a holiday, and if I want to choose this 26 as a non-default working time. So now for this developer, 26, which is a Sunday, which was already a non-working day, but now 26 is a working day for the developer. So like this, you can change all the options, all the working and non-working day according to the need of the resources. So now I hope that this is the complete introduction of the baseline and calendar options, and I hope after this you will be able to understand these options properly. So resources is completed with using calendar, and baseline, clear baseline event is also completed. Thank you so much everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video.